Talking Music with Big Andy. In this episode, the Dirty Denims, talking music with me, Big Andy. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you for joining me. And this week I have with me three members of the band, the Dirty Denims. Hello.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for joining me. Now, Dirty Denims are, it says everywhere I can find that you play hard rock that makes you happy.
Yes, that's the thing we do.
Is that fair enough? Is that how you would describe your music?
We wanted to do a hard rock that makes you depressed.
Yeah.
But then nobody listened. No. So
there's enough bands like that.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's better market.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, it's a mix of hard rock and punk rock and power pop. So yeah, it's not depressed hard rock. So it makes you happy.
And you're based in Eindhoven, is that correct?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
In the Netherlands. Now, I would do this normally for most bands, but I'm not going to try because I know I will get everything wrong. Could you introduce yourselves?
Well, my name is Jeroen, or Jay, maybe that's easier. And I play guitar in the Dirty Denims.
Yes. I'm Miriam. It's in the Netherlands, it's Miriam. And I'm singing and playing guitar.
Okay.
I'm Mark. I'm the bass player.
Okay.
Could you pronounce your name again?
Mark, very difficult name. And
just Mark. In every language, it's easy.
Yeah.
So.
And you've got another one or two members of the band. One, isn't it?
One, yeah.
Yes.
Our drummer, Suzanne. She
Ah.
couldn't be here
Suzanne.
because other things. She wanted to be here because she was the first, like, I want to be there, but she can't.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. We all have other things going on.
Yeah.
So, your first EP came out in 2009. But how long? When did you actually get together?
Yes, in the 2006, we had our first gig.
Right.
So it's quite a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I first wanted to start an all-girl band, but I'm happy that it's now two boy and two girl. But yeah, that was the plan first. And then Jeroen said, yes, I play guitar until you find a girl who wants to play the guitar.
Yeah, the first idea was do something like the Donnas or the Runaways.
All right. Yeah.
All girls. And then we started. The girls she found wanted to play like more poppy,
yeah, but I wanted
like
to
pop
rock
music. But she wanted to make some hard rock. And then I said, well, the only thing she needed was a girl on solo guitar, I think.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I will join, and then I will leave when you find the girl. And I never left.
No,
So,
because he wanted to play.
she's still looking.
She's still looking.
Okay, when did you join, Mark?
Is it now 3 or 4 years now?
I think 3 years
Yeah.
ago.
Three, right?
Yeah.
Because how I joined was actually a cool story.
Yeah.
Because in around 2016, I guess, the old drummer Thomas went on a world trip. So the band got laid down for a year because they couldn't perform without the drummer. And then Jeroen and Miriam came to me because back then I played guitar in a band called Red Devil, also based in Eindhoven. And we were playing some covers from AC/DC. and then they asked me from, hey, we have a year nothing to do, but we still want to play some gigs. Do you want to for a year or so do some AC/DC cover? So we put down an AC/DC cover band, and I joined as Angus.
As the Angus.
Because original, I'm a lead guitar player as well.
Okay.
And so we met, but a couple of years before that, we even went to a Back to the Future movie, and then since then, it was a marathon because it was the exact day of that in 2015.
Yeah.
When Back to the Future happened in October.
When Marty arrives in 2015.
Yes. Yeah.
And from there on, we just were doing a couple of gigs. And then Thomas came back, and the Dirty Denims were just performing. So there was a lot less gigs with the DC Denims, the cover band. And then suddenly, Ashley, the last bass player, decided to quit. And then stuff got a little bit hairy because there were a couple of big gigs still coming up. And I was talking to Jeroen about it, and I said so fun, you know what? If I could fix a bass now and I just study for quick, I will be ready if the need is there. I said like two strings less. I mean, how hard can it be? I know the songs, and it's lots of this, especially in this genre. It's lots of just keep the bass rolling, you know.
Yeah.
And from there on, it fitted, and it was nice to play, and I like to entertain people on stage. Cool. And I thought, like,
very cool, entertaining bass player. Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah. And first we had 2 boys and 2 girls, and at that time we had a female drummer. And then
male.
No, we still had Jordy.
Yeah, we had a male drummer, and then Mark joined. So for a short while, we had 3 guys and Miriam.
Yeah.
But then Jordy, he was temporary. He left, and Suzanne joined. So we were again back to 2 boys and 2 girls.
Yes.
Cool, right? Good combination. So
you've got so you've had 3 EPs, 2 albums, and a single. Is that right?
2 EPs and 3 albums, but we the last 2 albums we released in 2 parts. So the last 2 albums, there's also a part 1, but no part 2. It's only part 1 and a complete. So when you forget the 2 part 1s, then we have 2 EPs and 3 albums.
Yeah, we do it because we wrote a few songs, then we record them. We can get some new stuff out, and then write a couple more, and then record them, and then you have the full record. So
Who are your influences when you first started? I mean,
it's really by when I learned about the Donnas. Do you know them?
Yeah.
American all-girl bands, and really rock and roll. When I know them, I wanted to play the electric guitar too, because I did some acoustics, but and because that's why I wanted to start an all-girl band. But I think the influences you still hear in the music, right? The Donnas and also AC/DC, Kiss,
AC/DC, Kiss, Joan Jett,
Ramones,
Danko Jones,
Danko Jones, Airborne. So that's so it started for me with the Donnas, but also the other great, even bigger bands.
Well, I mean, and you can hear the obvious influences from some of those bands in your material, but it's very definitely got its own sort of like feel to it. It's not kind of like, it's not like you're trying to copy anybody or anything like that. It's definitely got your own kind of stamp on it. That's one of the things I really like.
We also think, but I think we have found now a great combination of things to make it our own. Sometimes we say ourselves, do we know other bands that sound exactly the same?
Like
no,
us.
we are very influenced by others, but I think we make it a great package, the Dirty Denims package.
It's sorry. I do like your stuff. I like the energy of it, and it is very. I mean, it is happy music. It's kind of party music more than anything. It's the sort of thing you can, you would put on if you were having a good party. You'd put that on. It would.
That's good to
Yes.
hear. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at one of the band's videos. Have played a lot of festivals, I see, from things I've read. Have they all been in Europe, or have you been further afield? Have you done USA or any of that?
Never outside of the Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany.
Oh, right.
UK is not
yet.
But we hope to play there in the future.
You haven't been to the UK. Your music would go down really well here.
We try. We try, but
at the moment it's almost impossible anywhere, isn't it? So, and I don't know what things are going to be like now that we've left the EU and that.
More difficult, maybe, yeah. But we really have a lot of followers from UK. So, and we get a lot of the question from when are you playing? But then I guess you really need to have one big gig and then plan a tour around it, so it's possible to not to lose money. So,
I mean,
but we are going to Spain hopefully in November. It's all booked and all, so we hope it will happen.
Good.
For the first time.
I mean, you've supported some incredible names. You've supported Slash, Whitesnake, Extreme, Golden Earring, Cheap Trick, and Steel Panther.
Wow.
I mean, they're not little bands. I mean, you must have picked up some following from playing live with those sort of people.
Yeah, they are the great shows too, because they fit very well. Great crowd for us too.
Yeah.
And the only thing you can do is surprise, because nobody will be there for you. And you play quite a short set, like 30 or 40 minutes. So we get a lot of times they tell us, "Oh, you are the greatest support act we ever saw." That's so cool to hear.
Yeah. I must admit, when I was younger, I never bothered going to see the support bands. It was always like we were always in the bar when the but you could hear them. But as I got older, I made a point of going in and watching support bands. Whenever I went to see a big band, I always went to watch support bands, because I suddenly became aware that I was missing out on all of these bands that were kind of like some of the bands that I hadn't watched when I was younger had gone on to become these big bands, and I thought, I could have gone to see them.
It's going to happen to us too.
Yeah. No, but especially when we're playing that kind of gigs, it gives us more energy, because we know they're not coming for us, right? So we are more entitled as the warming up act. So get the crowd really energetic for this main band, and that works a lot, and that's what we also get from the crowd as well.
Yeah, you have to work hard, but a lot of people afterwards are going to tell, "Oh, I didn't know you, but you are great."
And I always think that the whole all the people are coming for us. So in my mind, so that's also works.
The sort of music you do it's not. It's not like you're going to be playing music that people are going to go, oh no, not a slow song. That
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be kind of like, oh, this is really good, So it does. It gets them excited for when the big main band comes on, and so they're going to enjoy that. It's the whole thing of it.
Yeah.
So at the moment, with the whole lockdown thing and the Corona stuff and all that sort of thing, are you working on new material, or what are you doing at the moment?
Yes.
Yeah, we're working on new songs at the moment. So we have a few ideas that are coming to finish soon, I hope.
Yeah.
And
because on July 3rd we released the album, so that was during
Last year.
Corona 2.
Yeah.
The Ready Steady Go album. So after that you can focus on, because normally we play a lot of gigs, of course, when you have a new album. We sold a lot of them online, but would be great to play it live too.
It
but
was
now,
weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Because when it was just before the lockdown, the weekend before the lockdown was the last weekend we went in the studio.
Yeah.
So after we got in the studio, the Netherlands got shut down.
Yeah.
So that was weird. And most of the time, like Miriam said, we now is time to get the shows, right? You've got new material, you got to support, and you want to bring it to the people. But now, fortunately for us, we've got lots of things now with, we've played lots, for a band like us, we played a lot of live streams. Especially...
We didn't do any nothing, so we had some things going on. And now there was already some new inspiration for songs. So we can't even get into our rehearsal room at this moment. Right. But Mark has a great place with it's an old school building.
Yeah, I live in an old kindergarten. I'm now at my girlfriend's place, but most of the time I'm in my school, and I've built because I'm also now studying because I want to also do sound engineering, producing, especially so I've created my home is now a homebrew studio, and I have created some place that we could with an electronic drum kit, so that we could rehearse the new song, so that we can just put some demos together. So when we finally get to the rehearsal room, then we already know what to play.
Yeah, no,
that's cool, because then we could do the songs. And last Sunday we had I'm working at a venue, so we could use the venue hall to do rehearse, and then we could play the new songs with a real drum set.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So here's another video clip. You've got new material waiting there to do that sort of thing. So are you going to then release part 2 of Ready Steady Go?
No, the complete one after part 1 was in November of 2019. the complete was in July 3rd, so that album is finished.
Yeah.
And now, and in the meantime, we also recorded 2 songs for a single on a USA Screaming Crow records that will be released somewhere in June, July.
Yeah.
So that's
2
something new
songs.
too. That's already released.
And recorded.
It's recorded.
Already recorded, not released yet. But now we are working on the next albums. The next part 1, I guess. We like to do it in the parts because you have 2 moments.
Publicity.
And the people
attention.
don't have to wait long. Before you write.
And also you want to give to people, or you know, there are lots of bands. I wish that more bands did this, because you know that there are bands who are just, oh wow, 3 years without an album, you know, and now if you already have the half of the material, it's like fun. You know, we already got this. Just send it out, and we keep on working. But then the people already know we have some new stuff to listen to, right?
Yeah, and at this point, there are people that are really wanting new stuff. So that's
cool.
It's cool.
Because when you just start out, you don't have people that are just record for yourself. But since the last few albums, we really felt that people are waiting for the new
pressure.
I was going to ask, because you're saying that you've got the single coming out on a label.
Yeah, Screaming Crow Records.
So
they are a single for the jukebox.
On vinyl.
And they asked multiple bands to record an 80s song cover and original for on the other side.
Okay.
Rock and Roll All Night from Kiss we recorded.
Okay.
Our own version, and another song from
an original new song.
Yeah. I was going to ask if you've had any interest from record labels and that kind of thing, and if you'd had much in the way of airplay and that sort of thing from radio stations.
Not really big labels, but we with Ghost Highway Recordings is a Spanish label. That's really wants to
our vinyl is released
vinyl.
on Ghost Highway. The CD we do ourselves in our own. But we have been on the radio with a song 24/7 365. It's a short song, funky, catchy, and we were also on it with on TV with national television with the song Dutch television. And after that, it was played about 125 times on the national radio in the weeks afterwards. So that was really good for our.
And besides that, most the hard rock shows that the Dutch radio doesn't have a lot of hard rock on the radio, but a lot of great.
Independent radio shows and played us a lot.
Yeah.
And it's good because we are in contact with a lot of those radio stations, and they're really loving the music and spreading the word about all cool bands, and that's great.
Just like you do.
Is there a big like community of independent bands in Netherlands? Is there a kind of
there is a Facebook, a few Facebook groups. You have the Action Rock Facebook group is also with a lot of musicians.
It's not just we're working more with also German and Scandinavian bands. We have more contact with those than Dutch based, because the Netherlands you have Eindhoven and some. There's I don't know how it's with you guys, but you have the big cities, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the off-country side, and the off-country side in the Netherlands, they are the real rockers. There is where our kind of music is really being spread. So there are some groups, and you notice the same kind of bands which you're playing with there, but not really in like Amsterdam or Rotterdam, but more like the
not really
off-country.
like a big scene.
No,
not a lot of hard rock bands in the Netherlands.
in Sweden, there's really like a Swedish rock and roll scene with a few bands that are huge and bands that are similar but smaller.
Yeah, Sweden is really everybody thinks about.
But in the Netherlands, I think hard rock or rock and roll is like not very popular.
It's more underground.
Yeah,
that way.
It's a strange thing because I know not that long ago there seemed to be a very big blues thing going on in Scandinavia and in the Netherlands. There was quite a big blues sort of thing going on because I know a couple of guys who used to play quite often out, over there in a blues band. But as you say, there was no real rock scene as such. No. But one of my friends did say to me that if you want to see rock bands, you could more likely to see them at sort of like festivals, out of the way, small festivals, rather than in the main towns and cities.
Yeah,
in the Netherlands, you also have some small festivals that are.
There are some great festivals that are really.
Yeah, but like bands, I really can't name a lot of other hard rock bands from the Netherlands. But then I'm automatically thinking about Germany and Sweden and those bands. We know them too.
There was a big scene in Eindhoven, but it's I think
20 years ago, like that.
15 years ago, but I think all those bands, or almost all of them, are stopped.
Yeah. Okay, so from here on, I mean, you obviously want to get more music out there. You want to start doing more gigs once the lockdown's over. But will you be looking to try and play further afield, play sort of more places in and around Europe, and maybe even try and get to the States?
I guess we want to play a lot more in Europe first, I guess, because that's the first step, the next step. So UK would be great, and Spain and France, because we never played before outside of Netherlands, Germany and Belgium, and also Germany. More into Germany, we've never been there too. So there are lots of new places we still can go to.
Yeah, I know that there's a regular thing. Well, it was a regular thing. Things have changed over the last couple of years, but regular thing in London, Camden Town, where they have lots of young bands and bands that are and most of those are independent bands.
Yeah, the Camden Crawl, I think, right?
Yeah. And there's about 10 venues that they play in different times, and they're always looking for bands. So it's you got nothing to lose, have you?
That would be cool. Yeah.
Camden
Crawl.
Yeah. I mean, it's Camden's quite a good place for bands that are starting out because of the fact that you get a lot of people there anyway, and you normally have, I think that they normally have something like they'll have like 5 or 6 bands on like from about sort of starts in the middle of the afternoon and goes right the way through till sort of like midnight. But they have like 4 or 5 bands on during the day over that sort of afternoon and evening. So you get a chance to do a full set as well.
Yeah, cool. That would be so great. I was trying a few years ago to book in UK, but it didn't work out because I had to do it myself, and when you don't have the connections, it's difficult. So but we hope to do it in the future because great people there.
I mean, the other thing is that there are a lot of independent bands over here that are always willing to help independent bands coming over here. I mean, it's quite it's an interesting thing I've come to appreciate more through doing these podcasts, that there are independent bands seem to kind of want to stick together and help each other through, rather than being kind of like a lot of the bigger bands get a bit insular. They get a bit kind of like caught up in their own thing, and they're not really that bothered about helping newer bands coming through.
That's a great idea, because we did that with Grand Royale from Sweden. They come to the Netherlands, and we can do that too with UK bands. They come to the Netherlands and we go to the UK.
Well, I must admit, I'd love to go and see you live, because it's
we are really good. We're really good.
Now, the energy of your music comes across in the videos and the live stuff that I've seen online, and it's it'd be great to actually see that in person. That'd be really cool. Another video clip. you have a 5-year plan, or are you just taking it sort of like?
Not really, and now it's more difficult. But I guess working on the new songs so we can release somewhere. I don't know when, but 2022 or something.
That's
Part
definitely
one of a new album, that would be great.
Sure.
And of course we want to play a lot of.
Yeah.
I have a sort of a wish list of festivals we want to play, but we hope they are still exist after this all.
Yeah, this is
it's difficult to plan now because you don't know when you will be able to play. I think we're the live playing, we're at our best, I think. So that's we do a lot of shows. If we did like 40, 45 shows a year.
Yeah.
I guess we could have have grown much more last year if there wasn't Corona, because we had a new album, very great articles about it from our Classic Rock magazine UK and Rock Hard magazine. So great reviews about the album. So I was for sure we could have played a lot last year. So we hope to just do that after Corona is gone.
Yeah. Going back a bit, it's some of the bands I've been talking to have only been going a few years. Some of them have been going a lot longer. But I mean, with the things at the moment, it makes things a bit more difficult. But as an independent band, because you're having to cover the costs of everything yourself, you're having to pay for your own advertising, your own recording, your own transport and all that kind of thing. You don't have anyone there to cover any of that. How do you keep going for so long? That's the thing, because a lot of them are sort of like saying, you know, it's really tough financially to be an independent band.
We have all things going on besides of the band.
all the money we earn with the shows and with the selling of the merchandise, we most of it put back in the band.
Yeah, when we had gigs, we paid ourselves a little. This time not, but so we invested
and we kind of break even. So that's good. So when we have enough money again to record, then we go into the studio and
so we have some great. We started a membership since September, so people can pay an amount per month. They can choose how much. And that helps also a lot, because
to support the band.
To support the band, and they get some content back. And that's also, we are investing back again in the band. So for example, to reach more people on the social media, so new people can get us to know us.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me. It's been great talking to you. I really like the stuff you do, and I hope that you make more of the music and you keep bringing it out, and eventually get over here one day, because I would love to come and see you live.
That would be great.
It's good for the people who start to discover us. We already have a lot of material out. So
so there's a back catalog.
There's a whole back catalog.
All right. Yes. I would say to anybody watching, check out Dirty Denims. I will be putting up links to their YouTube channels and any other social media for them and that sort of thing, along with this video. So go and check them out. It's good music to listen to, and it's good fun. So there you go. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you to anybody watching, or everybody watching, and I will see you again soon. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.
Talking music with Big Andy.